Hi, my name is Mary. Today FM plays the best music in Lambasa. Today FM rocks.
My name is Thomas. I'm here in Nakasi and I like to listen to Today FM because it rocks.
My name is Milenia. Today FM rocks here in Singatoka.
My name is Altriki and Today FM rocks here in Tavua.
My name is Mary Jane. I love listening to Today FM here in Bak. Today FM rocks.
My name is Ilay Tiambal and I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
In the news tonight, President Chiochi Kondrote reappointed for another term. SEDELPA members claim presidential reappointment was illegal. And Monasava water level drops due to dryness.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Jackie Smith.
It took less than half an hour to reappoint President Major General retired Chiochi Kondrote during the Parliament special sitting today. It wasn't without controversy, though, with Opposition Whip and SEDELPA MP Semesa Karavaki moving a point of order that the standing orders were being usurped. Maggie Boyle reports.
Speaker of the House, Dr. Chico Leveni, overruled the opposition, saying it's a matter of procedure.
The process of the appointment of the President is clearly outlined in Section 84, subsection 2 of the Constitution and Standing Order 136, which provides that.
In response, the opposition MPs and SEDELPA members then staged a walkout forfeiting their presidential nomination. Prime Minister Vurenge Bainimarama then put forth his and the only nomination with no vote necessary.
Madam Speaker, in accordance with the Constitution of the Republic of Fiji, I nominate His Excellency Major General Chiochi Kondrote to be reappointed as the President of the Republic of Fiji. Naka.
The reappointment and final term for President Kondrote now a part of Fiji's history.
Major General retired Chiochi Kondrote is reappointed as the President of the Republic of Fiji. Naka.
Meanwhile, President Major General retired Chiochi Kondrote has been reappointed for a second term of 3 years. Maggie Boyle, FBC News.
Prime Minister Vurenge Bainimarama says the next general election may be held before Christmas. FBC News approached the Prime Minister outside of Parliament today at the conclusion of the special sitting on the appointment of the President. Not giving the details away, the Prime Minister hinted at a possible date that Fijians can expect to head to the polls.
Yes, just before Christmas, before the 25th of December. Actually, our cut-off date is November the 16th.
It's something from after
yeah,
6th.
So that's a date you can work on.
Okay. Anything else you want to add, sir?
No, it's a wonderful day today, wonderful Friday.
It's certainly a record in terms of a reappointment of a president or head of state.
Well, it doesn't take long to appoint such a wonderful and excellent person like Major General Kondrote.
SEDELPA members claim the proposed reappointment of President Major General retired Chiochi Kondrote is illegal and may affect any major decisions, such as the upcoming general election. This, they say, was their main reason for walking out of Parliament this morning. Ali Kimbia with the story.
After walking out from this morning's Parliament sitting, Opposition leader Rotemo Mukepa claimed there is danger and that when the President issues the writ of elections, it can be later challenged as illegal.
The repercussions for the country can be enormous. Important issues such as this should be referred to the Supreme Court of Fiji for interpretation.
SEDELPA MP Semesa Karavaki claims the process of the appointment is not in accordance with the Constitution.
The reason why they did not take another pathway because we believe what happens today can only happen when there is a vacancy in the office.
Meanwhile, Attorney General Ayaz Said Kiyum and Prime Minister Vurenge Bainimarama have expressed their disappointment over the concerns raised by SEDELPA MPs.
I think it was very disrespectful of them. I don't know what their vote is going to say.
So it is very silly actually to stand up and have that argument.
However, SEDELPA has also expressed concern at how they were notified to nominate their presidential choice within 48 hours. Ali Kimbia, FBC News.
The National Federation Party says it supports the reappointment of President Major General retired Chiochi Kondrote in Parliament today. This comes after NFP leader Professor Biman Prasad expressed the party's disappointment with the lack of dialogue between both government and the opposition regarding the appointment of the president. Kelly Vadala reports.
With President Major General retired George Kondrote given another 3-year term, the NFP today clarified they were not part of any discussions leading to the event.
This would have been a great opportunity for the government to show dialogue and cooperation with the opposition in appointing the president who is the symbol of unity and respect in the country. So yes, we are deeply disappointed with the way in which the government handled this, but we are happy that the incumbent president, His Excellency Kondrote, has been reappointed.
Attorney General Ayasaid Kayum said today's appointment of the president could have been done with a lot more understanding of the law from opposition members.
Honorable Prasad, and everybody knows this, he sent out an email when the parliament informed everybody. He sort of again spurted out this diatribe again, and of course probably realized very quickly after that what the implications were, and perhaps it would appear that Sodelpa has fallen for that.
Meanwhile, NFP members remained in parliament while Sodelpa members walked after expressing concern on the legality of the president's appointment. Kelly Badala, FBC News.
The prolonged dry spell that's currently being experienced in the Western Division has begun affecting the water level at the Monasavu Dam. This has been revealed by Chief Executive Hasmukh Patel, adding water at the dam is currently 21 metres above critical level. Pranita Prakash has more details.
There has been no rainfall in Monasavu over the last 7 weeks, and the EFL has spent around $18 million on fossil fuel monthly to generate electricity for Vitilevu.
So we are now very cautious. We are drawing only about 25% of the electricity requirements of Vitilevu from Wailoa Power Station or Monasavu Hydro Scheme. And the remaining 75%, bulk of it, I would say about 60, almost about 65 to 70% is now being generated through the use of fossil fuels right now.
Hasmukh Patel says they are trying to conserve water at the Monasavu Dam.
So the idea is that whatever volume of water we have right now there, we use it in such a manner that it could last us for the next 3 or 4 months at least. By the time, hopefully, we are deep into the rainy season by the end of December, and surely the situation will change.
Patel adds their fuel bill this month was around $17.5 million. Fijians have been urged to use electricity wisely as the dry spell is expected to continue through September and October. Pranita Prakash, FBC News.
Concerns have been raised about an increase in cases of thieves grabbing jewellery from Indo-Fijian women living near Nausori. The issue was brought to the attention of Attorney General Ayasaid Kayum during a Talanoa session at a temple in McCoy last night. Ali Kimbia with the details.
Some Indo-Fijian women living in the Nausori area have questioned the safety of wearing their wedding jewellery out in public.
There were about 6 ladies in my family who got their jewelry being snatched from them, and I don't know what you guys are doing about this.
Kiran says other women living in Nausori town have encountered the same experience. Attorney General Ayasaid Kayum says there have been increased police reports about the matter and they have dealt with some cases already.
And that's something, of course, we've taken heed of. In fact, the Commissioner of Police has addressed this issue also. And we want more people to come with more information.
He says they're also working with the police to ensure these types of cases are dealt with accordingly.
It's the sentimental value of things like Mangal Sutra. And so we've said to raise those issues with us, and with the police, of course, are working hard to address those issues.
However, Kiran claims numerous reports have been lodged to the police, but nothing has been done. Ali Kimbia, FBC News.
Still to come, several real estate agent licenses terminated. And Rathichon Ngomate installed as Tui Lambasa. Details after the break.
Bula, nevang gomal kay leloma, ngongay nakas on dumakarong ng Bula FM, nambang 2 ay nasere.
Kaya ubasit sa Lambasa, kaya on talita na warong ng Bula FM, nambang 2 ay nasere.
Guya do tumeli, ako na tao no hinga toka, talita kina na warong ng Bula FM, nambang 2 ay nasere.
Warong tuma ng Bula FM, nambang 2 ay nasere nawaluan.
Nevang go fani na tao no singa toka, kita on talita ka ng Bula FM, nambang 2 ay nasere.
Bula FM, nambang 2 ay nasere.
A number of real estate agent licenses have been terminated by the licensing board over the last 2 years due to unethical practices. The Real Estate Licensing Board is now working with the Fijian Competition and Consumer Commission to ensure the industry is free of unscrupulous dealers. Pranita Prakash with more details.
The Real Estate Agents Licensing Board says agents and salespersons need to be responsible.
The board has actually cancelled a few over the last 2 years, but the most recent one is one. There are grounds of cancellation outlined very specifically in the Act. So if a real estate agent is found to be in breach, then there are already grounds for cancellation.
The board is working to develop a code of ethics for real estate agents and salespersons.
The code has gone through the legal vetting stages and now it's with Ministry for final approval.
An investigation is also expected to be carried out by the RealB and the Fijian Competition and Consumer Commission on the real estate sector.
We'll form a team, we'll put a joint investigation team, and the investigation team will actually go out and look at what's happening, and if there are breaches under the FCCC Act, then we'll charge them under the FCCC Act. If there are breaches under the Real Estate Licensing Act, then we'll charge them under the Real Estate Licensing Act.
The Commission says they have received some complaints and cases on misrepresentation by registered agents. The joint investigation, which is expected to start soon, will be carried out to ensure that consumers are not being duped by agents who are trying to profiteer from their hard-earned money. Pranita Prakash, FBC News.
A former employee of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs appeared in the Suva Magistrates Court today facing corruption-related charges. Irene Shabnam Khan, who was the second secretary at the Fiji High Commission in New Delhi, has been charged with 1 count each of abuse of office, obtaining financial advantage, causing loss and giving false information to a public servant. Catherine Krishna reports.
It is alleged Irene Shabnam Khan fraudulently caused payments amounting to $40,559 from last January to this March from monthly allowances sent by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to the Fiji High Commission in New Delhi. It is alleged she certified 35 payment vouchers to receive $26,214 and further caused the certifying of 15 payment vouchers for various claims amounting to $14,344. It is also alleged she gave the former acting permanent secretary for Foreign Affairs false information regarding the interviews and appointments of locally engaged staff employed by the High Commission in New Delhi, which then led the acting PS to approve the employment. Defense lawyer did not object to the application. The accused has been granted a $5,000 bail with 2 sureties in the same sum. A stop departure has also been imposed on her. She has also been ordered to report to Valelevu police station every Saturday. The matter has been adjourned to October 15th for plea. Catherine Krishna, FBC News.
Ratuchone Ngomate has been traditionally installed as the new Tui Lambasa. The installation was carried out by the Tui Madhuata Ratuwiliame Katonivere and his chiefly clan of Dalmatalevu. Eleanor Tarangaivu reports.
The Vanua Wasavulu this morning gathered at the chiefly village of Nasekula to witness the traditional installation of the new Tui Lambasa Ratuchone Ngomate. Traditional warriors armed with war clubs took their position around the village green as Ratuchone made his way from his home to the main stage for the solemn ceremony. The Tui Madhuata Ratuwiliame Katonivere was then escorted by warriors to the main stage to carry out the Webakangunubi or traditional installment, in which he gives the new chief a bowl of yangona to signify his acceptance and acknowledgement of the chiefly title.
Serve and protect the church, respect other religions. The head of the government in Vanolivu and its civil service occupy your land. Protect them, support them.
Following the Webakangunubi, the Vesa or traditional tapa hand ornament was tied around Ratuchone's arms. This tradition is only done to chiefs of high status.
The Vesa has now been tied around your arm. It's from Balatangane, the home of the Tui Madhuata, to signify and confirm that I have given you authority over Wasavulu, to be its chief, the Tui Lambasa.
Ratuchone is the son of Ratuchoeli Ngomate, who held the title from 1997 to 2004. He succeeds Andi Salaniata Tuilamolama Ngomate Ritova, who passed away in November of 2016. Eleanor Turangaivu, FBC News.
A nationwide campaign to increase awareness of the importance of conserving water has been launched by the Water Authority today. WAF Board Director Kamal Gounder says the need to encourage Fijians to use water sparingly is vital following the long dry spell currently affecting the country. The 2-month campaign will feature tips on saving water, and while there has been some relief as rain has fallen in parts of the Central Division, we should not forget that the dry spell is expected to last till October.
The tips of conserving water will be ongoing, reminding household members of actions they could take to reduce water wastage. Because water is very cheap, many people have come to believe that this is an unlimited resource or supply. But we want to advise the general public that this is not the case, especially in the times of like this. And during the times of like this, the authority needs to cut water to rural areas, and this does not come at a cheap.
An average of $11 million has been spent by passengers on e-transport top-ups monthly since the rollout of the initiative last October. Vodafone Regional Chief Executive Pradeep Lal said e-transport has recorded over 110 million successful taps, averaging around 10 million per month. Kritika Kumar reports.
The partnership between Vodafone Fiji and industry stakeholder on the e-transport system has introduced new levels of efficiency.
There is also over 1 million users of the cards actually, and I also did split that there are permanent cards, there are student cards, exam card and other related cards.
Pradeep Lal says Vodafone is constantly expanding top-up locations and is recruiting new agents on a regular basis to meet the demands of the country, including those from rural areas.
As we speak, there is over 1,300 agents where people could go and top up. Recently, we have also launched the mobile money transfer, M-Paisa top-up.
Vodafone is also in talks with commercial banks to enable e-transport card top-ups through customers' bank accounts and ATMs.
With the banks, for example, customers will be able to go to an ATM and then using that ATM, like they are doing bill payments, do a top-up on the e-transport card.
Meanwhile, more services through the e-ticketing system will be provided through smartphone-based apps. Kritika Kumar, FBC News.
In sports later with Jamie, Fastenok says Pacific Games selection criteria must be made clear to all athletes. But up next is Rachel with business.
Thanks, Jackie. Good evening, and coming up after the break, LICI to introduce e-life insurance soon. An ingoing Fiji roadwork planned on Kings Road. Stay with us.
Voila, I am Eleanor. For the best classic hits, I only listen to Gold FM here in Singapore. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Seni Rawa. I love listening to Gold FM here in Nosuri. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Dino. I'm from Outrigger, Coral Coast, Singapore. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Salote. I love listening to Gold FM here in Nosuri. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Bula, my name is Marida. Gold FM plays the best classics here in Outrigger, Singapore.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.
In business tonight, the Life Insurance Corporation of India will soon introduce e-life insurance, an online portal for Fijians. Chair Vijay Sharma says this will assist Fijians in selecting their insurance policies online from the comfort of their homes. Catherine Krishna reports.
This policy is especially targeted for working people who are too busy to visit LICI branches around the country to choose from the available policies.
Particularly those people who are very busy in their work, in the leisure time, they can sit on their computer and they can wait. They can decide about that. So that will work. And then typically these policies, even the service, premium payment and other services, they are done on internet.
LICI General Manager Fiji Operations Sanjay Dayal says this means an upgrade to a computerized system for the policyholders.
We plan to introduce this by the end of October this year. So with this, we will be able to upgrade our services which we are providing to the policyholders.
LICI currently offers 19 insurance policies with over 63,000 Fijians insured by the company. All these policies will be available online when the e-life insurance is launched in October. Catherine Krishna, FBC News.
And we now join Sean from HFC Bank with the latest from the money world.
Safe haven currencies are back in play and are expected to maintain their tone. This comes in as US President Donald Trump is said to be moving ahead with a plan to impose new tariffs on China as early as next week. A tit-for-tat retaliation from his Chinese counterparts could follow, bringing in more uncertainty about global growth. Meanwhile, Argentina's peso had its biggest drop in more than 3 years. The currency lost as much as 1/5 of its value. The central bank held an emergency meeting and voted to increase the interest rate to 60%. This was in an attempt to curb inflation at 31% and help stop the peso dropping even further. On the economic data front, US consumer spending recorded a solid increase in July, pointing to strong economic growth early in the third quarter. And that's it from HFC Bank for this week. Vinaka.
Thanks, Sharon. Taking a look at the currency exchange rate set this morning for the Fijian dollar. In a volatile money market, the Fiji dollar showed gains against our major trading partners, that's Australia and New Zealand, but slip against the other currencies we cover. As for the commodities market, the price of oil rose more than $0.50 to close at $70.23 per barrel. Gold closed down at $1,202 an ounce, and silver closed down as well at $14.59 an ounce. And in growing Fiji tonight, the Fiji Roads Authority will be carrying out water authorities crossing construction on the Kings Road from Nakasi to Nassori over the weekend. The FRA says the main highway from Nakasi to Nassori will be affected from 9 p.m. tomorrow to Sunday 5 a.m. During this time, traffic diversion will be applied. This includes the stop-and-go traffic control. The public are advised to strictly adhere to the traffic management signatures to ensure the safety of other motorists and workmen alike. Travellers along this area are advised to take this notice into account when finalising travel plans. And that's a wrap from the business desk for this week. Jamie joins you now with sports.
Thank you, Rachel, and good evening. Up ahead in sports, Mosese Voka ready to lead Ndrua in NRC. And Cluny South to feature an Escort Shield semi-final. This and more coming up.
Hi, I'm Jyotishma. I'm from Singatoka. I love listening to Mirchi FM. Mirchi FM is hot.
Mirchi FM is #1.
I'm Charlene Robert. Mirchi FM rocks in Lambasa.
I'm Soname Nasori Jackson. Mirchi FM is hot.
My name is Raymond Dutt. I'm in Baba Singh Alliance. Mirchi FM is hot in Lambasa.
I'm Kritika from Jackson Nasori. I love listening to Mirchi FM here in Nasori. Mirchi FM is hot.
Mirchi FM, it's hot.
Fiji Airways Ndrua captain Mosese Voka is ready to lead the pack in the Australian National Rugby Championship that kicks off tomorrow. Voka and his side presented the Eita Tau to President Major General retired Chiochi Konrote this afternoon, seeking the nation's blessings ahead of the championship. Meli Tawanga reports.
Fiji Ndrua captain Mosese Voka says the team has a good mixture of players who are looking forward to a winning start against the Melbourne Rising tomorrow.
I think a few of the Fijian boys are playing for the Vikings or the Rising, and I think it will be a great match and a tough match as well. We are looking forward as well to play against them tomorrow.
Coach Senirusi Seruva Kula says he's counting on Voka to guide the players on the field.
Well, from the start of the preparation, and he's been leading from the front and having meetings with his senior players and as a team. And he's got a big role to do tomorrow.
Meanwhile, President Major General retired Chiochi Konrote has reminded the players to fly Fiji's banner and play for the nation.
The training regime, which involved cooling hours, working out, the Singatoka sand dunes, that counts more than your physical fitness. It is also a means of testing your mental stamina and your ability to communicate and work as a team.
The Fijian Ndrua takes on the Rising at Nassori's Ratudakombo Park tomorrow at 3 p.m. Beli Tavanga, FBC Sports.
Olympic gold medal winning captain Osea Kolinisau will feature for the Covenant Blues against the Police Blues in the semi-finals of the Escort Shield tomorrow. His inclusion will be a major boost for the team. However, the police side have warned they won't be giving the former Sevens captain much room to work with. John Tambore with the story.
Despite all his accolades and being a professional rugby player in the US, Osea Kolinisa will always be a Covenant Brothers rugby player at heart.
I've studied here as a youngster, and this is where my rugby kicked off in YMCA with the Covenant Brothers. And I've always said wherever I go and play, if I come home, I'm always going to play for Covenant Brothers and give back to a lot of my young brothers that are coming up.
Kolinisa will be a marked man tomorrow by the police team.
Especially Osea, we are looking after him right now. Yeah, there's no space for him. We got to tackle him.
Kolinisa says it'll be unwise for police to focus solely on him during the match, as there are other exceptional players in the team.
I think it will be a big mistake to just mark one man. And I've always told the boys that if they mark one man, then another one will shine. And that's an opportunity for another player to shine for us.
The Covenant Blues take on defending champions, the Police Blues, at 9:40 a.m. tomorrow at Subas Bidesi Park. John Tabore, FBC Sports.
Salesi Rayasi scored a try in Auckland's 35-17 win over Waikato in the Mitre 10 Cup last night. Moses Ndawai and Sevu Rees were part of the Waikato side, which suffered its third straight loss. Athletes who miss out on selection to the 2019 Pacific Games can contest the decision if they feel they have met the selection criteria. According to FASNOC, the criteria must be made clear to all athletes vying for a spot in the team. FASNOC Chief Executive Lorraine Ma says athletes will have 48 hours to appeal their non-selection.
Of the period when it comes to the final names, then as you know, we have an appeal process. And once we announce the final names for the team, within 48 hours, any athlete who hasn't been selected can appeal their non-selection.
That's it from sports tonight. Catch Angie later on with weather. And in new media, check out the Oppo N3 smartphone and its rotating camera. Details after the break.
Narang golesenya, Obama kita nakas, dorong-rong bin nakape, na radio Fijuan, nandong ibit.
Ayaw binyana, kita barong na radio Fijuan, nandong ibisi, ihi natoka.
Guado ilaisa ingatoka, rong-rong bin na heramakawa ina radio Fijuan ingatoka.
Radio Fijuan, nandong ibiti.
New media tonight, we check out Oppo N3 and its fancy cam. It's weather time now with Angie.
Hello there and welcome to the Weather World. Tables have turned, and that too on a Friday. Just when it's the weekend, the sun decides to hide itself. Well, we had little to no sunshine in many areas of the nation. Throwing just a little light onto the western side, it was a mix of sun and clouds. Eastwards from Pekhabarasuva, it was covered with rain clouds. And up north, skies were mainly blue with overcast conditions. At sea, north to southeast winds 15 to 20 knots, moderate to rough seas. For the tides, high tide at 9:44 p.m. with low tide at 3:45 a.m. Sunrise at 6:14. For tomorrow, surprisingly, the weather looks good. There's a pinch of rain indicated for the Central Division, but otherwise, all settled. Tomorrow's temps in Nandi will be the warmest center with highs of 31 degrees. And looking further on to Sunday, many will be celebrating Father's Day, so that surprise barbecue party you planned for your dad might just walk as the weather looks good for now. And that's all from the FBC Weather World. Jackie.
Thanks so much for that, Angie. In Fiji and Pulse tonight, we asked who is going to win the match between Fiji and Drought and the Melbourne Rising in the National Rugby Championship at Ratthakambau Park tomorrow.
I put my money on Fiji Drought.
Why?
Because the players are young. They are more mobile than I think our original reps in the Flying Fijians. Yeah?
I stand behind the Drought. And the last season, the first time to, so they came third, and they had Eronisa, who was named the sledgehammer during the sevens. Yeah, that's because of how the group performance last year.
Fiji draw because they win. They have a good place and work hard.
Yeah, Fiji can beat the Melbourne Rising.
Recapping the main stories for tonight, President Tiochi Kondrote reappointed for another term. SODELPA members claim presidential reappointment was illegal, and Monasavu water level drops due to dryness. Now for these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station Gold FM. To our poll question segment this week, we're asking, should there be more counsellors and facilities set up for Fijians battling depression? Visit our FBC website to answer. Before we go, our shot of the day was taken at Tomberua Island Resort, sent in by Andrew. Remember, you can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email fbcnews@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via Facebook page FBC News. You can also follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC_news or simply hashtag FBC News. That was your FBC News for tonight. From the team and I, have a safe and enjoyable weekend. Bye for now.
मैं नवनीत नंद नंबुआ लुम्बुआ से। जैसे ट्रेनी नॉर्थ मशहूर है, वैसे रेडियो फीजी 2 भी सभी जगह मशहूर है। रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन।
सीमा नकाशी से मैं रेडियो फीजी 2 पसंद करती हूँ सुनने के लिए। रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन।
मैं हूँ अंकल किंग सिंगाटोका टाउन के टैक्सी ड्राइवर। जैसे रग्बी फेमस है, वैसे रेडियो फीजी 2 फेमस है।
रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन।